Hey friends and family, how y'all doing? It's Smarkle and Sigler, and I'm here with another movie review. It actually be a horror movie review. So I did the last movie I reviewed was probably Captain America: Brave New World. That I went to the movie theaters to see. So went to the movies tonight to see Sinners. Michael B. Jordan. This is a movie by Ryan Cooglar. So of course, Ryan Cooglar and Michael B. Jordan have teamed up a couple of times. The first was Fruitvale Station. If you haven't seen Fruitvale Station, it's a great, sad. It was a sad movie, but it's great. Then, of course, after they teamed up again for Creed, the first Creed movie. I know Ryan Cooglar was the director, writer, director, and he teamed up with Michael B. Jordan on that. And then, of course, Black Panther. Ryan Cooglar was the director and writer of Black Panther, and of course, Michael B. Jordan was Killmonger in that. So this has got to be their fourth collaboration. But hey, they got something good that works. It works for them. I enjoy it. So I remember when I first saw the trailer for this movie, y'all, and I was like, well, what is the movie about, though? And then you saw, that was like the teaser trailer that came out maybe like 6 months ago or something like that. And then maybe 3 months ago, you finally saw like a more detailed trailer where you saw Haley Steinfeld was in it. And she was a vampire. Like, oh, we all gonna get killed. We gonna kill y'all. We gonna kill y'all all. Or y'all all gonna die. Whatever she said. That's the gist of it. So, finally saw the movie, and then I've been hearing all these good things about it. It's got it had like 100% of Rotten Tomatoes, which is hard to do with the way people be hating on movies nowadays. And it's got critical acclaim, and I will say this much: of all the movies, well, I hadn't seen that many movies here. This has been one of the most packed. I went like in the daytime, like the last matinee show, and it was hard to find a seat, y'all. I mean, even online trying to find a seat, it was hard to find a seat. So that's a good sign. I'm pretty sure this movie has won the box office. So if you've not seen it, you probably need to go see it and support it. All right. So I think at this point, everybody knows the basic premise. Michael B. Jordan is playing twins. It's set in 1932 Mississippi. The twins are opening a juke joint, and vampires basically descend on that. That's the basic premise of it. You get more in depth. Well, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get more in depth because I like to talk about stuff. So if you've not seen the movie, this is your spoiler warning now. So in 3, 2, 1, boom. Spoiler territory, last warning. Okay. So Michael B. Jordan is playing the twins, Smoke and Stack. And they're coming back to their hometown, Mississippi, after being in Chicago and going fighting World War I and all that kind of stuff. And and it's never explicitly stated, but basically they stole money from some mobsters to come back to Mississippi and buy this sawmill and convert it to a juke joint. And I mean, the first hour of the movie is 2 hours long, y'all. So I'm gonna tell you that now. The first hour of the movie, that's what probably sets it apart, is they basically establish everything. I mean, it could easily be a black crime drama crime flick, about these black guys who are like trying to fight racism and open up their own club and stuff like that. And then then when you get to that second hour, it turns to a horror movie. So I see why people are comparing it to From Dusk Till Dawn, which I've also reviewed as well. Because From Dusk Till Dawn is the same way, y'all. It starts out as a crime thriller movie, and all of a sudden when they get to the titty twister, yeah, I know I said titty twister, it turns into like a vampire horror movie. So, the movie's good. I mean, I'm put like this. When the vampire stuff started happening, I was like sitting at the edge of my seat, like, all right, because I'm just anxious, like, man, what the hell finna happen? What the hell finna happen? I'm like tapping my fingers, what the hell finna happen? And the way the vampires got in, I saw that. I should have saw it coming. Haley Steinfeld's the way the vampires get in, because she's familiar to them, and that's how they get in. And then Omar Miller, who plays the doorman Cornbread, he's somebody else that get turned. I mean, basically, these vampires were like biting people and turning them left and right. It's almost like a zombie thing, man. But what I liked about the movie, I liked the historical backdrop of being set in 1932 Mississippi, and the juke joints and stuff like that, because I had this vibe of The Color Purple when Harper opened his juke joint. I like the diversity of the cast. So Haley Steinfeld's in it, and of course, realize she's white, and she plays white here, but she's like 1/8 black, because I think she says her mama's daddy was half black. So, where I grew up, and I got in trouble for, but like, you were, a mulatto, you were mixed, quadroon or octoroon. So technically she'd been octoroon, you know, the way I grew up in Alabama. And, you know, those weren't bad racial terms, you know, to me either. It was like, that's just what you were, okay? But I guess if you compare it to Muse, I could see that part too. And then they had some Asian people in here as well, and they had some Native Americans in here too. So the cast of this movie is diverse. The backdrop. I mean, they really captured what, in my mind. Listen to my granddad's story. He was born in 1938, 1931. He's born in 1930s in Alabama, in Hope, Lowndes County. This felt like the stories my granddad told me, that being in the town, how they operated. And I know my granddad went in some juke joints. I know he did, because I know him. So, you know, but when the action started, man, it was just like, man. And it was good, man. I mean, I didn't know what it was. I didn't realize. You think Michael B. Jordan's characters are going to be the forefront of the movie. You think maybe his Steinfeld's characters will be the forefront of the movie. But it's actually their cousin, Sammy. And it's a newcomer. His name is Miles Canton. Apparently, Miles Canton is like, when he was 16 years old, he toured with her. So this guy's like a musical phenomenon. And basically, he's such a musical phenomenon that's almost otherworldly and supernatural. And that's what draws the attention of vampires to him. You know? So, of course, the big fight ensures. You know, I'm not going to tell you who survives. And even the way the movie starts is very interesting. That gives you an idea of who survives. But I will say this much, because somebody told me this. You do not want to leave this movie until they actually turn the lights on. I'm going to tell you that. That you know, tied and everything. So, but I don't want to spoil it because I want you to see it, because I did not see that coming. I did not see the ending coming. And that was unique. So I see why everybody's giving it good reviews. I give it a good review. I would definitely see it again. It is probably one of the top 10 vampire movies I've seen. I'm gonna go ahead and say that it is. It is. And I was telling my friend who I went with, I said, "Yeah, the last vampire movie that I really enjoyed, new vampire movie I really enjoyed, was Salem's Lot, the remake." And I know some people didn't like it, but I liked it. Yeah, this is like top 10 vampire movie. And because of the black aesthetic, I mean, just the 1930s Mississippi aesthetic. Even there's one scene where they show how Sammy's music is so transcendental. That's probably one of the best directed scenes, because it's confusing, but once you realize, I get what's going on here. It is it is the true nature of film. Because somebody once told me, film is the ultimate art form where you can combine music and costumes and color and photography and, you know, dialogue. That scene, you'll know the scene when you see the scene with Sammy, and you're like, yeah, this is what makes film art. This is what makes movies art. So I highly recommend y'all go see Sinners. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy this project got made. I hope we can see more projects like this. Knock on wood, Bitter Roots. Knock on wood, Philadelphia. Those are some black comic books that you've not heard about them, that have supernatural themes to them. Check them out, because they need to be made into movies or series. This actually reminded me of Lovecraft Country, and Lovecraft Country was so dang powerful. So if you like Lovecraft Country and you like vampire stuff, you will like this. So this is Marklin Sigler. I'm giving my horror movie review. I don't even know if I rate these, but man, this is definitely, 9 out of 10 at least. Everybody needs to see this. Let me know what your thoughts are if you've seen it. And feel free to like this video wherever you see it at. Share this video wherever you see it at. If it's an option for you to subscribe or follow me, please do that. I'm going to let y'all later. Peace.